Kazakhstan is now among the world's top 20 countries in terms of explored and proven natural gas reserves. However, it is only now that the country gasification level has exceeded 50%. So what is wrong with the domestic gas industry? Numerous reasons hindered the development of this sphere. One of them is the long-standing monopolization of the market and concentration of gas deposits in the hands of companies that also produce oil. And when facing the choice between oil and gas, they tend to choose the former. Oil brings huge revenues, while prime cost of gas has always been higher than the market price. That is why for decades all sorts of state programs on gasification of the country make changes as to when exactly the desired gasification level will be achieved. Meanwhile, oil and gas companies continue to invest very poorly in gas production.
Вся сложность, наверное, газовых проектов, она все-таки…
The main factor that makes gas projects challenging is infrastructure. That is, infrastructure is essential for gas pumping and processing. Having specialized equipment for complex gas processing and production at the Amangelde gas field allows us to additionally increase production of new deposits around this field.
Вокруг этого месторождения, так называемые сателлиты.
To be fair, as businesses, oil and gas companies have the right to make business decisions. In addition, the nation's gas production had increased by almost 40% over the previous 10 years prior to the 2020 pandemic. However, gas consumption has also increased by 90%. According to experts, such proportions will inevitably lead to an acute shortage of gas in the country's growing dependence on gas imports. It might happen within the next few years already. The president agrees with them. A few years ago, he pointed out that the current model of industry development and management needs to be updated. Expanding the resource base of marketable gas is a priority task for the government and the national gas company. It is necessary to accelerate the construction of new gas processing plants and to fully involve existing processing capacities in the circulation. The largest projects, Karachaganak, Tengiz and Kashagan, account for more than 75% of domestic gas production. All of them operate in western Kazakhstan. The south is another area that may be referred to as a gas region.
Сейчас в эксплуатации и в добыче.
Currently, there are 3 fields in operation and production: Amangelde, Ayrakta and Zharkum. This year, we are launching the Anabay field, which will increase our production. Starting from 2025, we will also have the Barkhan project. We only discovered it a year ago, and within the next 2 years it is expected to undergo development. The launch window for it is 2025-2026. Moreover, there are other very promising structures around here.
Структуры вокруг.
Today, Kazakhstan consumes about 20 billion cubic meters of marketable gas per year. In the next 5 to 6 years, this number will nearly double. Satisfying domestic demand is already a critical concern. In general, the nation is increasingly moving towards the transition to greener energy sources, and gas is meant to take the place of outdated coal in this regard. These days, nuclear and gas power are more acceptable than coal and oil. That is why we need to pay attention to the gas sector. Well, let's not expand on the subject of nuclear power. It is already being discussed and there is no way of avoiding it. The country always needs to develop and grow. And I'm sure that we will have and use nuclear power. But until that moment comes, we need to produce electricity from gas. Kazakhstan's gas industry has outlined a short-term upgrade plan that involves raising production quantities, expanding processing capacity, improving pricing, and making investments more appealing. And this plan is already in motion.